Okay guys, so I figure I'd show you brake lines a little better now. I got the car back on the lift. See the lines. Here's that bracket. This bracket here with a bolt. This is where the factory line comes. To make this one all the way to this bracket, and then from here comes down to this bracket. Spreads both sides, so that's a better view. Now, drive shaft. I got a used drive shaft. This is 2006 Ford Explorer. As you can see, it fits perfectly on the 6R80. It's a little bit longer, well, quite a bit longer. So yeah, this is $100 instead of, you know, $600, $800 drive shaft. So yep, I got that, and I'm gonna have to get either a different flange or just change this because this one doesn't fit in there, and then have it shorten to the right length. So yeah, I gotta measure this to figure this out. I gotta measure this to see which is the flange I need, and get that, and then have it cut down to length. So I'll let you know as soon as I get it done. Okay guys, so as you can see, got the lift working, not leaking no more, and I got the car up in the air. I've been running all the cables. I mean, as nice as I can. I got them all tucked away, as you can see. Still gotta put like the door trim around that edge over there, but I got the starter wire, I got the coolant wire. Actually had to extend this one a little bit here so it reaches there. And on this side I did the same thing. It's all nice and the place is gonna stay. I still gotta do the front harness, the one for the lights and all that good stuff, but I want to kind of wait until I put the front end on place, and I gotta run the alternator wires. So, and then on the back I'm working. I got the shifter in place. Like I said, it's a V8 shifter. Already measure for the drive shaft, and it's at the drive shaft place. It's called Advanced Driveline in Orlando. Pretty much, like I guys told you, the Explorer drive shaft fits on this side perfectly. On this side doesn't fit because the flange they has is for a 1330 U-joint, and the factory 88 U-joint is 1310. So they're getting me the adapter for that and replacing both of the U-joints and cutting it down to length. So that should be here next week. So I got the shifter in place, and I got here the kind of make a bracket for it, because the Fox Body bracket they came on the shifter with that shifter. I bought it with a shifter out of 87 and up Fox Body. It's way too big. As you can see, I got a piece there, and then I got another piece there. I was trying to figure out how I was gonna do it at the end. Basically, this piece right here is from that shifter, and I welded it to that bracket. Okay, so the issue is I guess the Fox Body and this transmission, the bolts are here on the side where you want to hook up to. Back on it right here on the sides. I guess on the Fox Body they're like kind of towards the back somewhere around. So the bracket was completely off. So I basically made this bracket so it's slides. So it just fits in there, as you can see. Holds that in there and then attaches to right that's this right here with this right here. These brackets from Power by the Hour. Keys espresso. Okay. This bracket is from Power by the Hour. So you can use this type of cable with the transmission. So I got that, and then like I said, we fabricated that real quickly. It's not as beautiful, but it will make the job. So yeah, basically I bought those two because this is a Mustang transmission. If it was a F-150, Power by the Hour sells an adapter that bolts right on the bottom of it, and then with this bracket you hook it up to here. So, but since this is a Mustang, it has the brackets here. I figure out I just got a piece of scrap like that one over there. See if they focus on it. That one, and I cut it, welded, and it should work. So I'll get back to you as soon as I got this done. Okay. So as you can see, we got it mounted in place, secure, all the way up there, place. Let's see, gear on top, but you get the deal. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Now I'm waiting for the drive shaft, and it should move. I got fluid in the transmission already, obviously, because I've started a few times, but I know I'm missing some. I have to get it running. It's gonna be a pain in the butt, but I gotta get it running and fit it through here with the car running. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. And then I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with exhaust. As you can see, I don't have room here at all because of the coilovers. So they're gonna come from over there and probably gonna dump here. I mean, I wish, I don't know where they go. I don't know if they go through the middle section or they go through here. If they go through here, I'm screwed. But I still see some light there. Maybe I should be able to fit in here through over there straight out. Wish I could have, you know, the two. This side is tighter because of the fuel line, but should fit there too. Nah, I don't know. I guess I'm gonna figure that out soon. But basically, I would love to have exhaust on the back. I love the two tips on the back. So gotta figure out how the factory runs. Remember, this is a 4-cylinder car, so the exhaust it's completely different. It's not dual. But yeah, still gotta do the parking brakes. Haven't messed with none of that. I guess first I want to get it running and driving. Maybe take it for a ride, and then I get in again and do the minor stuff to the AC. I still got here the space to mount the compressor. Because I obviously want to run AC on this car in Florida, so it's hot. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I gotta get O2 sensor extensions for this side. That's why it's all this ghetto here. Yep. It's one more thing I gotta get. Mount the Volvo pump here and do all that. I'm waiting for the bracket, and I'll go from there. Okay, so now that you can hear me, first, I guess, heat cycle went successful. The fan came in. It was supposed to, it went above 85 Celsius, which is way lower than what I was expecting. I don't know why the scanner's giving in Celsius, but anyway, that was good. It didn't get overheated or nothing like that. The fan came in on point. So yeah, basically what we got left is I gotta wait for the drive shaft to come in. Well, I gotta pick it up, but whenever it's done, it's a couple, 3 or 4 days, so sometime next week. The bolts are coming for the drive shaft as well, so I gotta get that. As soon as that comes in, I can bolt the drive shaft to it. I gotta do the Volvo pump, which I got here. The Volvo pump, but I didn't buy it with a bracket the first time around. So I bought the bracket. It's easier to mount it. It also has like a rubber insulations, so when it's on, it doesn't vibrate loose or nothing like that. So I just went and ordered that. It should be here like next week as well. And like I said, that's gonna be mounted to the front of the car. I bought a kit. The guy sells on Facebook. I can't remember his name, but I got the kit from him. Basically, it should connect the hydro boost, the rack and pinion, and the pump all together. Wiring is very simple. It's just power, ground, which as you've probably seen, I got ground here, and I got power underneath it. So just 2 cables running to there, and then I gotta hook up a signal, which is simple as well. The computer has a signal wire, yellow signal wire, and also I got a couple leads that I left purposely with 12-volt signal, or 12-volt in ignition, let's put it that way. So I can hook it up to there. It has a delay already on it, so that's even better because it won't be running when I'm cranking the car, so all the battery goes to cranking the car. I did a lot of wiring, grounds, and power, so it actually cranks really good. And yeah, I guess as soon as we get the drive shaft in and I'm able to hook up that pump, I should be able to go for the first test drive. Nothing in the front, obviously. But that's okay. I just go around the corner or something like that, something simple, just to kind of feel it. And then I'm gonna put the front end, and I gotta redo all this wiring. That's why I haven't done none of this stuff, because it's just all crappy. I wanna at least relume it and take what I don't need out of it. So yeah, that should be pretty simple, I think. And I gotta hook up those brake lines. I haven't done that yet, and the wipers, I haven't done that. Right, I don't need that for test drive. The brake lines I'm gonna do, but the wipers, I don't need that for a test drive. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I think we're almost there. I think test drive time is coming. I can't wait. It sounds sweet, so I really can't wait. Oh, and talking about that, I was telling you guys about the F-150 transmissions. They don't have the 2 bolts. Matter of fact, I got a transmission here I can show you. So basically, this is the same transmission. It's on the Fox Body, the 6R80, 4x4 is the only difference. And then that one's a Mustang transmission, and this one is a F-150. As you can see, there's this stud for the shifters, and there's no 2 bolts here on the side. So if you have a F-150 transmission, you gotta get that adapter plate from Power by the Hour. kind of comes here on the side and just bolt it in, and it's actually simpler, I guess, than Mustang transmissions, because you don't have to fabricate nothing like I did. I guess you could use the F-150 mount for the Mustang if you want to as well. If you don't have a welder, I mean, I could screw that with 2 bolts as well if I wanted to. It just feels more secure with the well, obviously. But yeah, that's pretty much it. The cables are not touching tires no more, so I'm good there. I can turn now, full lock to lock, no issues there. And yeah, I'm excited, man. I can't wait for this to take it on a test drive. I can't wait. This car is so light and it should move really nice. The rear end is what I'm not sure about. My gear ratio, I think it's like 2 something. It's a factory that came on the 8.8. I didn't replace that, so I know I'm gonna have a really tall gear, and I'm okay with it for right now, because I wasn't sure what I wanted, and I wanted to drive the car before I make a decision on gears, because some people like running like really high gears, some other people don't. So I prefer just to drive my car, and I can make the changes I need. If it's way too low, I can adjust it a little bit, you know. So I think it's more of a feel. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So stay tuned. I think next time we'll be putting the drive shaft in and the Volvo pump, and hopefully test drive.